Alright, so today we're going to go ahead and do some huevos rancheros with a chunky salsa. So on a hot cast iron that I preheated for about 2 minutes, I went ahead and put a few tomatoes on there with a quarter of an onion, and I also added some serrano peppers and a dancing garlic. And if you can't find dancing garlic, I don't know what to tell you, it makes a big difference. Alright, so once you get color, you want to go ahead and remove the onions and the chiles and the ajo, or the garlic, which is what's going to kind of get colored first. The tomatoes are going to need a little bit more, at least for my liking. You can pull them out right now if you want. They will kind of be semi-raw at this point, so what I like to do is I like to leave them on there a little bit more, and get a little bit more color around the tomatoes. As you can see, once it starts to boil inside, you're going to reduce all those sugars and all that tomato flavor, and it's going to be a little bit more flavorful. So that's what you want pretty much for all salsas when you're charring, whether it's tomatoes or tomatillos. So that's what you're looking for. Alright, so once you got the color that you want, go ahead and put it in the blender. You're going to go ahead and use the pulse button for this so it doesn't blend all the way. Just to leave it chunky. Shortcut for molcajete. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but when you're in a hurry, that works. This is a perfect time to season it. I added my salt, and I gave it another 2-3 pulses, and we're good. So on a cast iron, I added beef tallow and I put a tortilla on it. And what I'm looking for here is a semi-tostada. We're not going to go for the full 100% crunch. Some people like it that way. I kind of like it in between, because sometimes I kind of like to fold it, or if it starts to get messy, folding the tortilla is way better. For the egg, I went ahead and cracked the egg onto a mesh strainer. That way we get rid of most of the moisture, the extra moisture from the egg. And the reason is this: I don't mind usually, but for this purpose, since we're putting it on a tortilla, you get a perfect egg once you put it on the pan. As you can see here, it doesn't really spread out too crazy. It's not perfectly round, but it's perfect. It's not no squiggly edges or anything like that. Alright, we're going to make sure the egg whites cook all the way. Once they're cooked, you're going to see they're going to turn bright white like this. So to assemble this, we're going to put the tortilla on the plate, or the tostada on the plate, and I'm going to smear some refried beans. If you don't know how to do refried beans, I have a video on that. Make sure you click the description above. You'll get to that video. It'll show you how to do some really nice creamy refried beans. Then we're going to go ahead and put the egg on top of that, and some chunky salsa. This is what makes it, to me. This is what really makes it. It's nice and spicy, and you get the char, you get that sweetness from the onion, but it's missing something, and that's queso fresco. I love queso fresco on this because you get that dairy little fix without it being too strong, just mellow enough for it to kind of, just to give it that little extra umami, that little extra push that you might need here. If you learned something on this video, please let me know down below on the comments. If there's any questions you might have about this recipe, also let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe.